Now, the family of a young Bedfordshire woman whose life was cut short by a brain tumour are continuing the legacy that she started with a huge charity walk. Amani Liaquat died from a glioblastoma, a grade 4 GBM, in February 2022. Today, more than 150 people are expected at Luton's Wardown Park to take part in Brain Tumour Research's Walk of Hope. Amani's parents, Yasmin Stannard and Khurram Liaquat, join me now. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning.
Now, tell me about Amani.
Well, I mean, it's difficult to know where to start. I mean, she was our firstborn and, complete joy, really bubbly, grew up to be extremely hardworking, did so well at university, was trained to be a social worker. And then all of a sudden she had a seizure, massive seizure on her 22nd birthday. And our lives turned around forever at that point. She was taken into hospital. It was at the start of lockdown, so we went with her. And the following morning, we received a phone call from the oncologist who told us that, I'm sorry to tell you, your daughter's got a huge brain tumour. It's cancerous, and she's got between 9 to 12 months to live, I think we were told at the time. And our life just ended there.
And you're grappling for answers then, aren't you? Just thinking, what do you mean? There's no cure. There's nothing, that you can do. I mean, Yasmin, it's been 2.5 years. How are you now?
Oh, it's just every day's a struggle really to keep going, but you just have to. But it's definitely not easy. And I think some people have the perception that it's going to get easier over time, but I think in my experience it gets harder the longer you're without your daughter. And we just try and obviously do events and things like that to bring her alive, keep her memory alive for other people and for ourselves, and try and bring some good into it all. But it's it's a very tough ride.
Now, this walk, the Walk of Hope, it's in its 4th year, and I know that this event means so much to your family because this was Amani's idea initially, and at the very first walk, she actually addressed the crowd of walkers. Tell us what she said.
Yeah, I mean, she was absolutely amazing, and we didn't realise then. Obviously, we can look back now and see that was like the beginning of her decline. That she was actually showing a lot of difficulties. She was really struggling, but she wanted to, she wanted to do a walk of hope, and gather as many people as possible to walk to raise funds for brain tumour research. And she was really keen to address the crowd. And considering everything she was going through, it was absolutely amazing. And she was just, everything that she said in her speech was just spot on. She was like questioning why, other investments into cancers, other cancers have been invested in, and that's, increased in their prognosis and their better treatments and better outcomes. And she felt like brain cancer has been forgotten and left behind. She highlighted how the government only invests like 1% of the national spend on cancer research. They actually spend that on brain cancer. And she questioned the crowd. She said, "Does my life not matter?" That's how Amani felt. That she, that why has the research not been invested into my particular cancer? And if that had happened years ago, then maybe she would still be here today.
Yeah.
So,
and it was incredibly moving. I think she said something like, it might be too late for me, but I want to make a difference for others. Incredibly moving. And also, I've always said this, as a family, you could have just chosen to just hide yourself away, just dealing with the grief of this, also knowing that you've got, your daughter isn't going to live for that long, but you chose to be really public about this as well, to raise awareness as well. That's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think, those words you mentioned towards the end of her speech kind of, lit a fire under, I think particularly Yasmin. I'm probably more of, which seems to be the case with a lot of fathers, we prefer to be, we prefer to deal with it on our own. I think it lit a fire under Yasmin, and, I think Amani was effectively saying to her messages, look, when I'm not here, you've got to try and make a difference for other people. And I think as a family, we've decided to kind of, let that message, be absorbed and And in really, it's an honor, to honor Amani's last wishes, you could say, to carry on trying to make a difference for others. You're right. It's very easy for us to walk away and think of this as not our problem anymore.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be doing a justice for all the other families fighting.
No, exactly. So today, it's 1:30, the walk at Luton's Wardown Park, and there's a couple of different routes as well, aren't there? So you don't have to. I think there's 2 different routes that people can take, aren't there, depending on their fitness level?
Well, yeah, I mean, we never really wanted to say a particular like 5K or anything, so because we wanted to include everybody, even if anybody, had brain cancer themselves, and for them, 1 step or 10 steps or whatever is massive. So we didn't want to exclude anybody. So we don't set a distance at all. And the way the Wardown Park is set out, it's a circular route anyway. So we tend to most people do go around it like 3-4 times, but it's just totally fluid for people to do as much or as little as they want. It's more a matter of coming together, and obviously the walk happens, but it's coming together, raising awareness about the situation with brain cancer. All the money from the Walk of Hope in Luton goes to fund research into glioblastoma, the brain cancer that Marnie had, which is extremely aggressive brain cancer, and like we said, totally underfunded. So it's really important to us, and we will be having lots of families there who have sadly lost other members, and quite a few people from Luton as well. So and a few people that are still fighting, and it's a really important event, and it's lovely.
Of course. And can anyone rock up? I mean, even if they haven't registered, can they just turn up today?
Yeah, we are taking registrations at the park. So it's from 1:30 this afternoon. So anybody can come at that time and just register and join in. And it's it is a serious cause, but it is a really lovely event. People really do enjoy it. So don't think it's going to be like a very somber event. It is, it is an uplifting event at the same time as being very sad sort of reason behind it.
Yeah, no, I get that. Now, if anyone's listening and, maybe they can't come to the walk for whatever reason, or they're living far away, is there a Just Giving webpage, where they can donate?
Yeah, I mean, we have got our on Instagram, everything we do about Amani is called Fight for Amani, which is fight and then number 4 Amani. So we have a Just Giving page, which is Fight for Amani's Luton Walk of Hope 2024. I know it's a bit of a long one, but if you put that into Google, it should go to our page. Or potentially, that's probably the best bet.
No, and you know what? Thank you for doing this. I think with every year, the number of walkers just increases and increases, doesn't it? And it's such a beautiful thing to, it's a legacy thing as well, isn't it? She started it all off, and I can imagine just how important, it is to you as well. But also, as you mentioned, other families as well who have gone through this and who are sadly going through this as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a time for everyone to come together and support each other. We have a lot of our friends that come, our personal friends that come, and we feel really supported by the fact that they come and they're there for us on the day. It shows that they've not forgotten Amani, and they feel that the cause is important too. So it's a lovely event, and
No, brilliant. Look, thank you for joining me this morning, and may she rest in peace, beautiful Amani Liaquat. Thank you so much for joining me. You take care.
Thank you, Susanna.
Amani's lovely parents there, Yasmin Stannard and Khurram Liaquat, their beautiful daughter Amani Liaquat passed away from a glioblastoma in February 2022, diagnosed on, I think she had the seizure on her 22nd birthday. The firstborn, just a complete joy, her father described her, and hardworking as well. If you do want to donate, there is the Just Giving page, and it's Fight for Amani. That's AMANI, or you can also search Luton Walk of Hope as well. And it's a topic very close to my heart as well. 10 years ago, my father was also diagnosed with a grade 4 GBM, terminal brain tumour. If you can't go, then every little bit helps, just to increase that level of funding. Incredibly important.